This is a training video for the S2 Alliance. We are making it to show the suggested setup for cities, to show the relationship between where cities are placed on the map, to show things about how farms and valleys should be set up and how fields should be set up. This is my city T1. It's the first city I built. It shows the problems of cities maturing. The houses in here were level 9. They were fine for a city of 30,000 people. Now I need 40,000. I'm using Mickey scripts to make level 10 houses. Those are wasted Mickey scripts. Would be much better off if I abandoned this city and capture level 10. I'd have the houses that I need, I'd have the buildings that I need, and I'd save my Mickey scripts for later when I capture historic cities. This is the farm structure that occurs with that city. It shows what happens as you build cities. There's nothing wrong with this structure at all. It has roughly the 50% farms that we talk about, and the other buildings just occurred randomly as I needed them. You build your city one building at a time, you don't build to numbers. I did make a mistake. I used some Mickey scripts early on. Don't bother. Keep them at level 9. You'll be fine, especially when the heroes and the valleys show up later. This is my city T2. It shows the same problems. It's the second city I built. It is a fighting city. It's a factory city. Right now it's supporting a historic it captured. It shows the problems of trying to squeeze too many buildings in. It shows the problem once again that I'm wasting Mickeys building those houses into level 10s when I really need to save those Mickeys for something else. Basically, this city should also be abandoned. It should be replaced with a 10, and then we should move forward and try to capture some historics. This is the farm structure that occurred in my fourth city, T4. It's interesting because it's mainly wood, not nearly as much farm, and that occurred because I was more mature as I put it together, and so I already had my heroes. I was already farming. The city was resource rich, and I just built what I needed. You don't always build just the numbers. You build what you need as you need it. This is my first level 10, and I made a mistake. It's in the bottom left. There are only 6 houses sitting there. That's fine when I needed 30,000 people. Now I need 40. You'll see there are 3 other houses in there. They're going to be squeezed in. I've got to waste Mickey scripts on them. I had those houses. I didn't know I wanted them. The other mistake that I made in here is I put too many barracks in, and I'm actually going to take them out. But it shows that we do develop 10s and do develop a plan. This is the farm structure from that city. Notice it does have the 50% farms very roughly. That happened by chance because that's how this city works. This city also is a fighting city. It has its 4,500 valleys. It has its 9 heroes. It is self-supporting. You build what you need. You build to what you need. Don't let anything else drive you. Take out only as many of the farms as you need to in order to be productive. This is the resource screen for that T4 city I told you about. I'm showing it to show that, like all my fighting cities, it is negative on food per hour, but at the same time I have 1.6 billion units of food. All my other resources are positive. Once you start farming with your valleys and your heroes and the NPCs, resources are not a problem. You'll be resource rich. This is my first historic. The only reason for showing it is to show you've got the same space problem. You just squeeze the 14 barracks in there, you put the other buildings in there, you've got to get the 9 houses in there. Now you do have to make level 10 houses, and you're going to need those Mickey scripts. In fact, you're going to need 14 of them or more for all the buildings in there. That's why you can't waste them in other cities. This is about structure. Here we see my city T1 in the middle, T3 in the south. T3 is a factory city. It makes troops and sends them to T1 every day. That's fine if you want to use these 2 cities in that relationship. T1 is the fighting city. You can see the lakes, you can see the hills around there that I've taken, and they are resources for the production that goes on in these 2 buildings. This is one way to set up your cities if you want to have a factory city. This is another setup, T4 on the extreme right, T8 on the extreme left. T4 built T8 in order to capture that that historic that you see on the extreme left. The problem is that T4 and T8 are both cities that have heroes. They both have valleys. They're too close together. They actually overlap. It makes it difficult to farm. When that historic falls, they'll both be in the way, and they'll both have to move. You have to think about keeping your cities far enough apart so that the valleys don't overlap, the heroes don't overlap. It allows you to build and farm productively.